World Malaria Day is observed to raise awareness about the life-threatening disease and make a malaria-free world. Malaria is a preventable and treatable disease, yet it continues to have a devastating impact on the health of people around the world. There is more in this report talking about how we can help fight malaria.
The theme for World Malaria Day 2022 is Harness Innovation to Reduce the Malaria Disease Burden and Save Lives. To commemorate this day, the Ghana Health Service held a symposium to discuss ways of reducing the incidence of malaria in the country. In an interview with Joy News, an epidemiologist, Professor Fred Newton-Binker, said Ghana lacks accurate data on malaria cases because people visit pharmacies and over-the-counter shops when they feel feverish. He therefore called on the Ministry of Health to facilitate a mechanism where all malaria cases can be logged into
National Repository for Malaria Data, because data that comes from the private sector. So if you go to your village, you have malaria, you go to the over-the-counter, the people give you anti-malarials, but they don't report to anybody because we don't have a system to integrate them into our system. So what I'm telling them today is that without the web-based data system, we can never get to zero because we will not know where the malaria is. Even the teaching hospitals' data is not integrated to the national data set. It's unthinkable. I don't think people know about that. So all the 5 teaching hospitals must include their data.
Meanwhile, the program manager for the National Malaria Control Program, Dr. Kezia Mount, says, although malaria is still a leading disease in the country, there has been a decline in cases recorded. She also said the elimination of malaria in the country should be prioritized.
I think over the past few weeks, we've mentioned that malaria is still number one. Overall, as a country, I won't attribute it to traditional medicine or anything, but to all the efforts that we are putting in place. Deaths have considerably reduced. In 2017, for instance, we recorded 599 deaths in our health facilities. Last year, recorded 275. We, however, still have huge numbers coming to our outpatient department, and that means we have more work to do.
According to a representative of the World Health Organization in Ghana, Dr. Francis Chikasa Kasolo, malaria eradication was impeded by the COVID-19 pandemic, but the country is back on its efforts to get rid of malaria through the support of the Global Fund.
As you may know, the last 2 years has not been easy with the COVID, and some of the great achievements that have been made across the world in malaria have sort of been slowed down due to the priority in responding to the COVID pandemic. However, I must add that here in Ghana, that has been reversed, and we are back on track to achieving progress in malaria control and indeed elimination.
Remember, zero malaria starts with you, and prevention is better than cure. Tasha Michelle's reports for Joy News.